Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, I'm doing something a little weird. This is a brew challenge from Patreon subscriber Joyami, who basically wanted me to play with land tax. And I started brewing blue decks first, as is my way. But very recently on the channel, I played a back-to-basics blue-white Stoneblade deck with a high basic count, and I didn't want to just build the same deck again. Many times on the channel, probably I feel like 2, maybe even 3 or 4, I have played mono-white land tax with Enlightened Tutor packages, and I just wanted to try to use this card in a different way. I don't think this is the best way to use land tax, but it is a different way that I wanted to showcase, which it was my goal today. Land tax is a white enchantment, single white. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls more lands than you may search your library for up to 3 basic lands, put them in your hand. So what does land tax ask you to do? It asks you to play from behind by having fewer onboard resources in exchange for a handful of resources, or at least one turn to get the trigger, and then you can figure out whatever. It also asks, what are you going to do with all these basic lands in your hand? And it tangentially asks, why does your deck want so many basics in it in the first place? Let's answer those questions one by one with this Boros Nahiri deck that I've ended up building. Why am I willing to play from behind on board? Well, I have 8 soul lands and 8 Moxen in my deck. 4 Chrome Mox, 4 Mox Diamond. There's a good chance that I will have more mana than my opponent, even though I control fewer lands. The second question, what am I going to do with all those basics in my hand? Fable of the Mirror Breaker, loot them away. Bitter Reunion, loot them away. Nahiri the Harbinger, loot them away. Cash them in for real cards. And the third question, why would my deck want basics in it at all? I'm a Blood Moon deck. That's how I checked the boxes. That's how I thought about land tax and then checked the boxes for why I would want this card in my deck. And then filling in the rest of the deck, I didn't just want to make Boros Initiative worse by adding land tax to it and otherwise playing Boros Initiative. Obviously, there's a lot of the same bones here, but when I take on brew challenges, it's very important to me to build a deck and not just shove the challenge card into an existing deck. And that's why Nahiri is my win condition. This is an old school win condition. Ouch, my bones calling Shadows over Innistrad old school. I mean, I clearly remember being a grown-up drafting this set already, having played Magic for many years. But at this point, old, forgotten at time, this was a modern deck. It saw some legacy play. I even did it in Vintage. Like, I registered this deck at a Turtle Weekend one year. Planeswalker control deck with Nahiri as the win con. 4 mana Planeswalker. +2, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. -2, exile an enchantment, tapped creature, or tapped artifact. And -8, search your library for an artifact or creature, put it onto the battlefield, it gains haste, return it to your hand at the end step. Nahiri, the thing here with Nahiri, if you weren't around for this, is it's steady card selection on a high mana value or high loyalty Planeswalker. She basically comes in on 6. She has 4 and plus is 2. And then 2 turns after that, you can search your library for an artifact or creature, which is why there's an Emrakul in the deck. And Emrakul usually gets it done in 1 hit. And the cool thing about Nahiri +1 Emrakul is Emrakul shuffles into your deck if it goes into your graveyard. So if you draw her, you just loot her away, and then she's back where she belongs and you have a real card. From there, I had to answer the question, what am I going to do about Orcish Bowmaster? Because my deck is all about looting cards away and sticking this Planeswalker for multiple turns. 4 Fury, 4 Solitude. Broadside Bombardiers can also pressure it. I have lots of artifacts to throw around. And of course, I'm playing 4 4th Aerlingus because it's really good with Chrome Mox. It's really good with Solitude and Fury. And it's a good card to just accelerate out. And that's how I got where I got. This deck might just be significantly worse than Boros Initiative, and why would I ever do this? But I'm a brew challenge. That's why we're doing this. We're exploring where no gamer has gone before. And I'm just going to see what I could do with pseudo card advantage. I mean, it's real cards, but then you have to turn them into spells somehow. I'm going to figure out if this works. I hope we get some cool land tax triggers and load up our hand, and then we're able to do cool stuff throughout this league. This is Boros Land Tax, a brew challenge from Joyami. Let's get into it. Come meet me at MagicCon Chicago. In addition to my official creator booth with Raymond Yu on Friday morning, I'll have a second meet and greet opportunity Saturday morning at the 3-for-1 trading booth from 10 to 11 a.m., right before the Legacy for Original Art tournament starts. Big thanks to 3-for-1 for continuing to provide opportunities like this. Do some shopping at their booth in Chicago, or check out shop.3for1trading.com. I'm on the draw in round 1, and although it is my job to play with fewer lands than my opponent, this isn't quite enough. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this is a turn 1 Trinisphere, and I have the land tax. That's actually sick. I'm gonna keep this and bottom a Fury. I'm probably gonna have to pitch the 4th Aerlingus to the Chrome Mox. Okay, City of Traders, Chrome Mox, exile the Lingus, and try to shove a 3-ball. Misty Rainforest, this deck could have Daze in it, could have Wasteland, could have Spell Pierce. There's a lot going on over there. Entomb in response. Okay. Entomb for Atraxa, and then this resolved. Interesting. I guess if they just put an Atraxa into play on turn 3, if I don't have something better than that before then. Blood Moon is unlikely to solve my problems here. I will still cast it, though. I'm kind of giving up on land tax. Cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm. Yeah, they get another basic. I need a Solitude at this point. I'm keeping the land tax to pitch to Solitude, but they are going to be able to sneak under me here. Animate Dead. Gets the Atraxa. There's Force of Will, Reanimate, Grief Bowmaster. Lots of good stuff here. I have right now to draw Solitude before it's too late. They kept Force, Grief, and Reanimate. Solitude. Nahiri. Oh, that's so close. Well, let's see what happens here. I can play land tax, take a beat from Atraxa, tutor a bunch of lands, cast Nahiri. This also thins out bad cards from my deck. And they didn't pitch Grief. Oh, right. Atraxa doesn't... Oh, I can exile enchantments, though. Okay. I was about to freak out that Atraxa... Or Nahiri only exiles tapped things. Alright, I'm going to send it on Nahiri, which is a little awkward because not exiling the Atraxa, just exiling the Animate Dead, leaves them with Atraxa in the graveyard. Okay, the Force is gone. They pitched a Brainstorm. I can take 2 more hits from this, so I get 3 more draws this game. They might just want to grief me at some point here. Just pitch a card, pay 3 mana to grief me. Just get a look, see what's going on. Yeah, there it is. Pitching the Troll of Khazad-dûm. Luckily, my out here is Solitude anyway. Solitude and Nahiri. Trigger land tax. I mean, we're getting a lot of cards. Moving a lot of shitters out of the deck, too. Draw. Emrakul the Aeon Stored. What's up? Guess I should... Do I cast this Fury? Does that do anything? Oh, if I draw Broadside Bombardiers, that kills Atraxa. Okay, then yes. Fury's very good, actually. 4 to Atraxa. Haha. Okay, they can reanimate Grief this turn, take Emrakul, hilariously. I'm at 2. And Broadside Bombardiers gets me another turn. Solitude gets me actually stable. Land tax get the remaining lands out of my deck. Well, land tax did draw 8 cards this game. It's just not as good as Atraxa. Alright, you got me. Okay, I mean, proof of concept. We were behind against a ridiculous combo deck from the entire game, but still, I will accept that as a, you know, what if they just missed their second land drop for 1 turn, or something there? Land tax, good for 8 cards. I'll take it. I want Fairy Macabre for sure, and I might want Swords to Plowshares. I feel like Trinisphere and Blood Moon are both good here, even though they didn't do enough that game. Bitter Reunion's probably too slow. Bombardiers was an answer to Atraxa. Nahiri is still plan A. I'm on the play where land tax is worse. That's just like a fact about the card land tax. It is what it is. I'm going to shave 2 of those, still leave a few in. I want to be able to Emrakul them. I want my card selection. Maybe it's 1 Bombardiers. Yeah, I'll try it like this. I'm not going to bring in the Swords to Plowshares. This hand has turn 2 with Fable and Mirror Breaker and no plan. I'm going to mulligan. This is a land tax and 2 sideboard cards. I will keep this all day. I'm going to bottom a Chrome Mox and just cast land tax. It won't trigger until my 3rd turn. but here it is. And I'm insulated against a single Grief or Thoughtseize. Struggle against two of them. Box Diamond, sick. Okay, I mean, that cashes out the land tax huge. Entomb, they're just sending it. Trax is in the bin. Please play a land this turn. Casting Ponder. They played the land, we're in business. And Reanimate, I'm going to Macabre the Atraxa and the Ponder. Swing and a miss, and now I load up, drop Broadside Bombardiers this turn. Bombside Bomba-Bombs. It's a mouthful. Mountain Plains into my hand. Draw for turn. Mox Diamond. Discard a mountain. Play a mountain. Bomba-Bombs. Here they go. I'm not going to be throwing anything this turn. I could play the Chrome Mox and just throw it for 2 damage, but I don't think that's where I need to be this game. If they have like a follow-up show and tell, that sucks. Okay, Blue Blast that. They could reanimate it, but I could stop that as well. I get another land tax trigger. Mountain, Plains, Mountain. There's 1 basic left in the deck. 4th, Aerlingus. Okay. Gonna play a Plains, and I'm gonna Chrome Mox exile this other land tax. Don't need 2 of those. I'm gonna 4th Aerlingus for 2, because we have seen Daze in their deck. At least I think we did. Yeah, we saw it off of Atraxa. 2 horses are in. We also saw Orcish Bowmaster, which is risky here. Dress down. Okay, so my creatures lose haste and trample. I just get 2/2/2s here, but there's no Monarch. That's actually fine. I was debating how hard I want to go on the Monarch anyway. Okay, just some creatures in play. They got a Surveil land. That's pretty good in a Reanimator deck. They like the card, though. Nervous. And land tax can get the final land out of my deck. Only non-basics to draw from here. Solitude, what's up? I like you. We're going in. Horsing around. Yeah, remember when I kept a 1-lander with 2 Moxen in it? And the game still looks like this? This is exciting. Petty Theft, okay. Win or lose at this point. We have solid proof of concept. They are brainstorming, fetching, casting Grief. Okay, I will respond by getting all of the cards out of my hand. Okay, they're forcing Solitude, and I'm actually going to Macabre my Solitude and my Broadside, so they can't reanimate them. We're both hellbent now. They have a Brazen Borrower in exile. I'm winning the race on board. Out of basics. In action, Plateau. Hate my life. And I'm going to attack. My deck has Furies, Solitudes, Nahiris. Lots of good hits in it. I know the Brazen Borrower's over there, which is going to flip the race. I just need some spell. Oh no. Sometimes you draw all the lands in your deck and still draw lands. They're at 7. Here comes the Brazen Borrower. I'm dead in 3 hits. They're dead in 4. I do need to find something to do here. And this Force of Will deck has now drawn 2 cards, making me nervous. 4th Aerlingus. Oh, come on, deck. Both their creatures are unblockable, so I'm just going to keep attacking. There's nothing to bluff here. And last chance for me to draw something. Blue opponent now has 3 cards in hand. I hope they're just all reanimates and not actually useful. Fury, Nahiri. Oh, come on. All right, well, we flooded out despite pulling 8 lands out of our deck, and it's okay. That's Magic, but I will accept how sick land tax was in both of the games, even though we lost both of them. And I'm comfortable moving forward with my life with that knowledge in my pocket. Let's go.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks. And groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I'm on the draw in round 2. No land tax yet, but this is the type of hand that goes off if we draw one. And I have a turn 2/3 ball with a bunch of removal in my hand against another Underground Sea. Thoughtseize. Uh-oh. And they took the Trinosphere. Okay. Land tax off the top. Ancient Tomb. And at least my second land doesn't kill itself now. If I draw any Mox, I can 4th Aerlingus next turn They pondered, shuffled, fetched, and personal tutored. Oh, we're playing against Doomsday. Cool. Doomsday's on top of their deck. I assume I'm dead next turn if I don't find something big right now. Oh, that's so close. Basic Blade's killing me here. There's a reason that the normal Boros decks don't play a lot of basics. It's because you're a 2-color deck. Okay, so with an extra blue, I assume they're going to Dark Ritual Doomsday and then have a blue available to brainstorm and kill me. I don't expect to get another turn, but if I do get another turn, the Blood Moon might mess them up. Lotus Petal and Dark Ritual. Okay, yeah, they got plenty of mana to do whatever they want here. There goes the Doomsday, 2 cards left in hand. The Doomsday pile has been chosen. Let's just get a look at their deck. Looks like pretty normal Doomsday. I don't see any 1 rings or 4 color splashes or anything. Played a Polluted Delta from hand. Okay. Come on, deck. I'll take a red source here. Red source? Frickin' Fury. Alright, well, I'm going to give them the opportunity to mess up their pile, I guess. Or if they somehow set up a multi-pass pile, maybe I can cheese them with a 4th Aerolingus for 4. Yeah, I actually just had lethal if I drew a Mox, much less, cast Blood Moon. A multiple Edge of Autumns. They're playing around the land tax. Cycled Street Wraith. They do have to beat Solitude here by going all the way empty, and the fetch land seems like it'll do that just fine. All right, they did it. With no extra cards, so the Blood Moon actually does it. The 4th Aerolingus actually does it, just didn't have a red source that game. I want Pyroblast in. There's not a lot to bring in here. Didn't plan heavily for Doomsday. Pyroblast definitely in. Fiery Confluence could be a nice burst of damage that kills them. I need my Blood Moons and Trinispheres. The Nahiri Emrakul plan might just not be remotely feasible here. Just got to get lower and actually kill them. Lauren of the Third Path, do you do anything? I mean, you attack and block. Oh, and you could tap Lauren to kill your opponent if they go empty on Doomsday. Okay, I'm in on Lauren. Let's do it like this. Okay, this one's much better. I'm going to keep. And I have something messed up to do on turn 2, even if they do Thoughtseize me again. Plateau Pass. Fetch land is happening. Basic Swamp. And they probably take Trinisphere, since they have a basic Swamp for Blood Moon. They can't Daze here, though. They have to have Force of Will to stop whichever lock piece I end up casting. Fetch lands and Cavern of Souls are both part of their deck. Blood Moon is never useless. Another one. Cast the Blood Moon. It's in. Now I'm playing on mono red. I need a basic plains before I could provide a threat. But hopefully this causes problems for them. Basic Island. Got me good. Ponder. They don't play that many basics, though. They have, I think, 1 of each and then Lotus Petals. They did not shuffle. Basic Mountain. I'm going to play another Blood Moon in case they have a Hydroblast or like Chain of Vapor or something to get out of the first Blood Moon. Just doing stuff over here. Hoping it holds. There's a Cavern. That's a mountain. And they don't get to name anything with it because it didn't have that ability. Even if they remove the Blood Moons, this Cavern will only tap for colorless. They seem confident to fire off this Doomsday, though. I gotta draw a basic plains if I want a chance in this game. I guess Pyroblast plays here, too, because the Oracle won't be uncounterable. And I did know this about the deck when I built it, that combo would be tough, because in order to include land tax, it's really hard to play Chalice of the Void, and to fit all these room for these other things in, I was cutting like Trinispheres and Moon effects. I know that's a light package, that is by design. But Doomsday is not that popular anymore. I really didn't come up with a specific plan for it. Oh, they're just going now. Doomsday resolved, fired the Brainstorm. Yeah, if they do the Lion's Eye Diamond Surveil Deep Analysis line, they just win right now. Okay, they're passing. Come on, Plains. Locked out by my own Blood Moons. Just have to hope they messed up their pile at this point. There's the Lion's Eye Diamond. Should be pretty easy to win from here. Though LED lines play into Pyroblast. I didn't draw it, but I'm just saying. Build over a Hurkyl's Recall. Cycle Street Wraith. Popped LED. Yep, Pyroblast would win this game. But it's not in my hand. GG. Yeah, that matchup is probably just heckin' heinous. On to the next round.
If you're looking to run a CEDH or 1v1 tournament, Eminence Gaming has your back with Command Tower. With Command Tower's intuitive tournament manager dashboard, you can handle decklist submission and player management with just a few clicks. Players just need to scan the event's QR code for access to the full tournament bracket, including seamless pairings and real-time standing updates. Take the guesswork out of tournament organizing. Try Command Tower for your next event.
I'm on the play in round number 3, and I'm going to keep this hand. I have turn 1 Broadside Bombardiers. Then I can follow up with a Land Tax, a Mox Diamond, discard the basic, a discard basic mountain, City of Traders, Broadside Bombos. In for 2, got him. And now depending on what they show me, oh good, we're playing against Reanimator again. Can we ever catch a break? Can we play against one normal deck in a Legacy League? Is it possible? Okay, they're going to take 4th Aerlingus because that probably is the scariest card for them if I start drawing cards. Yep. I am holding Caracas, though, and they just pitched Archon of Cruelty. If their plan is a Legend, I can still beat them. Their plan is a Swamp. Ooh, Nahiri. What's up, girl? Okay. City of Traders, Caracas, Nahiri. I'm going to discard the Land Tax. They're probably just going to entomb some shit that kills me here, but I'm putting up the fight I can put up. Oh, they didn't entomb. Please reanimate now. Thoughtseize got him. Oh, Thoughtseize yourself. Got me. Shit. Come on. Nobody's ever capable of hitting a fail rate against me. It's never happened. I'm keeping Nahiri over Broadside. Loot away this Chrome Mox. And lose. When they attack, I lose the Nahiri, so there is no play here. Barry McCop's coming in. On the draw, still want to shave a Land Tax because that's not really what this matchup's about. Fury's not really what this matchup's about either. Yeah, if they reanimate a Fury, that's really bad for me. I'm actually going to keep my Land Tax. Or maybe I go up a Plow here. Yeah, I'll try this configuration. I'm having a lot of fun here, slowing down Boros, trying to play a little Boros control, grind out fair decks, and just queue into 3 Dimir combo decks. This hand is not good, but it does have Fairy Macabre, but I lose to like any discard spell. I think I just have to take my chances with a hand like this. Opponent kept 7. We're already dead. Gotta hope they just send it here and that they don't have a discard spell. Unmask targeting me. Cool. And they pitched a Witherbloom Apprentice. All right, their deck is full goofball mode. Doesn't matter, though. We can't do anything about it. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in the Plows. This might just be, like, lack of experience playing these Boros shitter decks. I think I'd rather have Mox Diamond in play than this Mountain. And I'll just pass the turn. They didn't do anything in the end step. Lotus Petal. Oh, good. I'm just getting Witherbloom comboed right now. Go ahead. Yeah, just send it. It'd be too much to ask to have a white card in my hand for the Solitude, right? Chain of Smog, target yourself. I'll cast Solitude, JK, I lose. Woof. All right, well, we're getting buzzsawed by unfair black decks so far in this league. Hopefully we get to showcase at least one match where the card advantage created by land decks could be relevant. Fingers crossed, let's go.
The official BoshNRoll Island Ponder Keep shirt is available exclusively through Coalesce Apparel. This Magic player-owned business is a staple of our community. They keep this channel on the air, and it's my pleasure to partner with them for this product. Coalesce is the best Magic apparel on the market. They have awesome new designs coming out all the time. Use code BoshNRoll to get 10% off your order, only at coalesceapparel.shop.
Round 4, I'm on the draw. I am going to keep on the draw with a land tax. Maybe my opponent won't have Dark Ritual in their deck this time. The awkward thing here, though, is because there's so many basic lands in the deck, if I lead on land tax, I can't follow up with Blood Moon. Oh good, another Underground Sea Dark Ritual. Come on. I haven't seen Doomsday in like 6 weeks, and I play against it twice in one league with the worst possible deck. When I'm on the news for driving a Killdozer through my town, please point the authorities to this video. Okay, and this is... There are One Rings in this build, but not to fairies. So it is still just Blue-Black Doomsday, but it does have a couple of One Rings in there. Okay. If I draw something like one of my Moxen, either one, turn 1 Blood Moon might lock them. But if they went for it this hard, I assume they have Force or Daze. Okay, do I even play Mountain Go, or do I just concede? I'm just going to concede. I don't think I can win this game, and hiding with the information that I have is worth something. Pyroblast come in, Lauren come in, Land Tax go out, and Fury go out. Fiery Confluence can deal 6, which might actually kill a Doomsday opponent after a Doomsday if I apply any pressure. Yeah, maybe Fury just doesn't do enough for these matchups. I'm going in. There we go. Try it again. Turns out Chalice of the Void's pretty good. Big loss as I queue into 4 consecutive Dark Ritual decks. On the play, I do have the Lauren, but I can't turn 1 it. I need to do something on turn 1. I'm going to mulligan. This one is turn 1 Fable. I will keep this and toss a... I want the Solitude. I think I toss a City of Traders, or I toss Plateau and then discard City of Traders. If I bottom the Solitude, I can turn 1 Fable, turn 2 4th, though. Okay, I'm going to bottom the Solitude. Mox Diamond, discard this City on Rock and Roll, and cast Fable. Boy, I wish that was Trinisphere, but here we are. They might just force literally anything here. Force Pitching Ponder, confirmed. And the Lingus hits harder and gives me card advantage. Glad I bottomed the Solitude, knowing that this Force of Will just happened. And I'm not going to play around Days. I don't think I can afford to. Just have to hit them. That one match where I resolved a 4th Arrogant Lingus, then lost the race, I think if I had just tapped out into Days, like it's tough to know what's what when that sort of thing is confirmed or concerned. Okay, 1 horse and start drawing cards, or send it, and if they have Days, I'm in trouble. I'm really not doing anything if they have Days. I think I'm going 1 horse here. I'm a coward. I'm a Days coward. My spell resolved. We'll never know if that's because I played around it or they just didn't have it. Okay, pressure and cards. Come on now. Make something happen. That land's not super helpful. I think if I had any kind of follow-up, just another spell in my hand, I would have tapped out into the Days and just let them go down to 0 permanence versus whatever my follow-up is. Ah, got him! Played around it by having nothing. Emrakul the Aeon Stored is in my hand now. Cool. You play one of those so you don't have to draw it, and then sometimes you just draw it. I'd like a Pyroblast. Fiery Confluence. Okay, if they don't kill me this turn, they might die next turn. Like if they just go land Doomsday here without a Dark Ritual cantrip set up. Okay, land Doomsday. Moment of truth. Fire Confluence is definitely lethal if it resolves. But I played around that Daze earlier. We're about to see their deck, and we'll know how many Dazes are in exile. Okay, show me that deck. We're counting Dazes. 1, 2. I see 2 Dazes. I'm notorious for not seeing all of the cards when the whole deck's in front of me. But I see 2 Dazes, which, even if they boarded 1 out, still seems likely that there's 1 in their hand. So I need to draw a Soul Land. Backup Lingus. What does that do? That plays around Daze. No, it doesn't. I would have to tap out into Daze. They both tap out into Daze to do lethal. I think I'd rather Lingus if it's all the same. That hides a card for game 3 if there is a game 3. Okay. They didn't have Daze. Okay, cool. Alright, so maybe I could have got the game over earlier. We saw 2 Dazes in exile, and they didn't have one in their hand, unless they tucked one into their pile. I think my plan's still my plan. We beat Doomsday, though. We got a game. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I'd want to do here. Like, maybe turn Fury into a Swords to Plowshares just for some way to stop, like, a down and dirty Thassa's Oracle that's not fully empty. Still seems suspicious and unlikely to be good. Yeah, Fury pitches to Broadside better if I need a burst of damage. Yeah, I think this is just the best I can do. Gotta use my mulligan and hope for a little luck. Turn 1 Blood Moon. I'll keep this. It's a turn 1 Blood Moon that plays around Daze also. Highland, cool. Okay, City of Traders, Mox Diamond, Blood Moon. I could have 4th tier, but I think Blood Moon's more disruptive. Force Pitching Ponder, okay. They had blue that they could have cast that Ponder with. That makes me think they don't have another blue card in their hand, or their blue card is something important like Thassa's Oracle. Cabal Ritual. Well, we've probably lost. Cabal Ritual Doomsday. While sending it on the Blood Moon, they did have a turn 2 with Force in Between on the play. They go to 8 life from this. I can deal 6 right now. And if I put them to 2, it turns off Street Wraith, which they don't really need to win. But if they made a pile with it, it could bite them. Edge of Bottom and Exile. If I draw a Soul Land, I can actually attack for 8. Okay. Fingers crossed. Ancient Tomb, let's go. Oh, they're at 9. I don't know how Doomsday math works. Okay. That basically cuts all my outs. Shit. Looking for that Pyroblast, I guess. Fury. It's not what I wanted. I'm going to send a Lingus and hope they made a pass pile. I don't know why they would do that. But drawing extra cards here seems worth doing. Putting real pressure on them. Bonus at 5. There's the Ancient Tomb. Just a little bit late. Ah, they did have a Street Wraith line. The Ancient Tomb would have put them in check. Come on, if I had Fiery Confluence, they would have lost. Are you literally just... Is that the plan versus Doomsday when you're one of these decks that doesn't do anything? Like, you just have to inflict every single point of damage that you can? Because Fiery Confluence, I mean, it would have been 2 more damage here, and they couldn't have cycled that second Wraith. Once again, Pyroblast wins. Solitude wins. Alright. Final round coming. Let's not pair into freaking Doomsday.
We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league.
I'm on the draw, trying to fend off a reverse trophy. This hand doesn't beat Underground Sea Dark Ritual, so I'm going to mulligan it. Okay, land tax on the draw and accelerated Nahiri. I actually am going to keep this, even though it's not, like, perfect. I'll bottom City of Traders. Or I should have bottomed a Plains. I'm about to tutor them all up anyway. Ancient Tomb. Okay. If I get Chaliced. I'm getting Chaliced. It's happening. Oh my god. Okay. Well, a red source gives me turn 2 Nahiri. That is a red source. Okay, if I go... I could also pitch Nahiri now and get turn 2 4th Aerlingus. I could also just play Ancient Tomb and pass. That gets blown out by Trinisphere. I think I have to Ancient Tomb pass here, because I don't know what my opponent's going to do here. If they play an initiative creature, I think I'd rather have 4th Aerlingus. If they play like a red prison, like Rabblemaster, maybe I'd rather have Nahiri. 2 Ancient Tombs for mana. Chalice at 0, they got me. They got me so fucking good. Okay, they may have read this as 8 cast. Caracas, what do you do? Nothing important. Alright, now I have to just rip a natural red source. Ouch, that stings. Opponent willing to settle into nonsense hell with this mirror match. And me trying to make measured decisions with the things that I have. It turns out I have nothing. They're goblins and they just flipped a Muxus. Okay. And Broadside Bombardiers. Okay, Mountain. Solitude. Alright. I'm not going to complain about Solitude. Caracas, air quotes, answers Muxus, though you're never happy about it. I will play this Caracas, though. And here comes the Mux. It Battlecry Goblin, Goblin Ringleader. Goblin Ringleader then hits Namesticker Goblin and nothing else. Well, I certainly can't bounce this Muxus. They'll just play it. I could bounce it in combat next turn. I think I'd rather try to cast the Solitude. They would go to 6 if they refire Muxus, but that's plenty to play the game with. Yeah, I can't just give them another round of Muxin. There's a red source. I think now I probably want to hide this. Maybe I can Solitude to stay alive this round, and then kill them with a surprise 4th Aerlingus. But that's going to be hard to do when they have Battlecry Goblin and Namesticker Goblin. They could probably just dump their whole hand here. Okay, that resolves. My plan here is to Solitude the Broadside Bombardiers before combat, and then block the Muxus in combat. Another Battlecry Goblin. They could go to 6 to give all the shit haste. Oh wait, they had mana floating? Sure. Beginning of combat. Solitude the Bombardier, because that just kills me. I have to tap Ancient Tomb to do this. And that Chalice on 0 really just fucked me right up. I take 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which is exactly my life total after I block. What a tilt! Oh no, they get all these goblins too. It's not even close. Never mind. Off tilt. Okay, playing against goblins, Fiery Confluence and Moat come in. This Moat, I put 2 of them in the sideboard. Vitally Coveted Strug. Swords to Plowshares comes in. Chronosphere and Blood Moon come out. Land Tax comes out on the play. I think I didn't lean in hard enough. I had builds of this that had like 4 mana to ready, and there's a new one from Lost Caverns that it's like some artifact that ETBs and you could discard your hand and draw that many cards. Maybe I needed more of that and less prisony stuff. Fourth Aerolingus is really good under a Chrome Mox, which is the reason I'm still considering it here. Yeah, and on the play in a Stompy Mirror, they may never have more lands than me. I don't think they can beat Moat, though. This is a mulligan. There's a Moat, but I have no plan to cast it. I could just play Caracas. Okay, I am going to keep this. I'm going to bottom Nahiri. And I'm going to play Caracas. Swords to Plowshares hopefully will keep me alive for a little while until I find a way to cast this Moat. Maybe I'm supposed to bottom Fable, because if I draw a red source to cast Fable, that red source would also cast Nahiri, but Nahiri's white for Solitude. Ancient Tomb. Chalice me, daddy. Cool. I've been chaliced. I'd love a Chrome Mox here. Read your Nahiri. Okay. City of Traders get in. Broadside Bombardiers. I'm not going to Solitude that. It only does 2 damage here. They're not going to throw this Chalice at me. And if they do, they lose their Bombardiers. And if I draw the Moat, this doesn't matter. Or draw the land for Moat, it doesn't matter. Mox Diamond. Okay, my next land plays. This is closer than it looks, despite me missing land drops and them doing what they want to do. Namesticker Goblin. I'm going to Solitude that in response to its trigger. I'm going to hold on to Nahiri because that's my win condition if I stick Moat. Okay, they get no mana out of that. Okay, any land in my deck plays here. Chrome Mox also plays here. Come on, deck. Don't be a dick. Land. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to use Mox Diamond rather than Ancient Tomb to turn my colors on. Bang. Oh, Ancient Tomb doesn't cast that anyway. Okay, let's see if the goblins can beat a Moat. It's time for the technology to finally show up. They're deep in the tank right now. They're trying to figure out if they even have a way to play this game at this point. There's no Siege Gang Commander or Sling Gang Lieutenant in here. Broadside Bombardiers has to attack in order to get the trigger or get the ability. Yeah, scooped it to the Moat. 1 card wins. All right. Let's go. Lauren does kill Chalice of the Void, which I didn't consider the first time around. I think I do want her in. Fourth Airling is really good at pitching to my Chrome Mox, Fury, and Solitude. Maybe my Bombardiers is the tool that I don't need here. Let's go. If my plan is to Moat and Wrath a lot, then Broadside Bombardiers is good. I actually think Broadside Bombardiers is wrong for the deck. That's something that's been kicking around as we play. Like, that just seemed so exciting, but turns out it's not. Okay, this is turn 1 Fable, turn 2 Nahiri. I'll try it. This might be too slow against this Goblin deck that just kept 7. But if they lead on Chalice again, I don't care about that. Come on, play a Chalice. On 1, not on 0. Chrome Mox, uh-oh. We might get smooshed. And I can deal 2 damage to something with Broadside Bombardiers. Goblin Matron. Okay. Draws I'd be happy with are Mox Diamond, Solitude, Fury, Swords to Plowshares. Come on, deck. We got a lot of good ones. Basic Plane's not what I'm looking for. Okay, Chrome Mox, Exile Bombardiers, play Fable, hope I survive until next turn. Or Chrome Mox could exile Nahiri, and then I have Bombardiers to play with. Yeah, if I want to cast Moat next turn, I actually need to exile Nahiri right now. Fable. Alright, my plan is to discard everything that's not a Moat and try to draw a Moat. And also not get Muxus right now. Cavern of Souls. That was not a concern. That does mean Muxus is live if they hit a 5 on this Goblin. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6. Shit. Who are you? Me? And no haster, no haster? Okay. That was honestly a pretty big whiff. They only hit Goblin Rabblemaster out of all of that. The token has to attack, so does the Goblin Matron, which means I get a block here that is effective. Okay, block the Matron, because that throws for more off of a Rabblemaster. Or, not Rabblemaster, whatever that thing's called, Bombardiers. Alright, Fable and Mirror Breaker, save me. I drew Solitude. I'm going to discard definitely Basic Mountain and probably Basic Plains here. Yeah, all right, those are gone. Fury, what's up? Okay. To decide how to do this now, I can pitch cast Fury and hardcast Solitude this turn. I play this Plateau, Fury the Muxus, attack with Goblin Gemin, or I could just Solitude Muxus this turn, and then try to hardcast Fury next turn. Is that greedy? Probably. So if I attack and Solitude Muxus, then I could pitch. Yeah, I'm gonna Solitude Muxus. That's my plan. I'm doing it before blocks because I actually want them to block with Namesticker Goblin. It would be sick if they didn't, but I'm fine trading off with basically any piece of material here. And now I'm gonna Fury everything else. I guess if I was gonna Fury everything else, why didn't I just do that pre-combat and get a clean hit? Yeah, I think I fucked that up. I could have still had my Goblin Gemin and been on the same board. Dang. Stompy decks are hard. Okay, but we have stability. And I drew the moat. They're so dead. Attack with Solitude. And I'm slamming the moat. I'm not giving them any room to cheese me here. It turns off what I'm doing, but also if I can machine gun Solitudes and exile their stuff. Let's make this game weird. Yeah! Fended off the reverse trophy. Take that, haters. I beat the one opponent who didn't have Dark Ritual in their deck. Count it. Okay, so in all seriousness, I think Broadside Bombardiers is the wrong card for this deck. I just wanted to play a beefy 3-drop in the mix of all of this like more controlling stuff in case we got an opportunity to go aggro, but this is the wrong aggro thing. I'm not sure what the right aggro thing is. It's boring. It's probably just like Caves of Chaos Adventure. We could also just play more Bitter Reunions to shred through the deck more. And then Bitter Reunion giving your stuff haste also makes Fury pretty exciting when you turn the corner. I could have played... I wish I remembered the name of that artifact. I looked at it a lot today. It's a 2 and a red, like discard a bunch of cards and draw them all. And then it flips into a land that makes your spells discover. That could be in here. Maybe we just main deck the moat and don't try to attack at all with Broadside Bombardiers. But then Fury and Solitude lose a lot of their ability. Like then we're all in on Nahiri, which I'm not really interested in. The Bombardiers could be another moon, another sphere, and then 2 more looting effects. It would take a whole rebuild to play Big Duretti and a bunch of artifacts worth reanimating. That's just a different deck entirely, but that's here as well. That actually does dovetail with land tax extremely well, which is why I was considering it. Seismic Assault is something I thought about too, but you have to play some critical mass of basic planes to support land tax, and then Seismic Assault's really hard to cast. Like there's actually only 6 lands in my deck that cast a triple red spell without the help of Blood Moon. One of the invasions from March of the Machine, the battles, the ETB is like discard your hand, draw that many cards, and then the backside is kind of a Seismic Assault that also draws cards. Maybe I should be considering that. I thought it was a little goofy, but having played these games, Broadside Bombardiers just isn't it, and card selection might be it. I wish we had gotten at least like one game against a fair blue deck to see how the card advantage over time actually stacks up. But the leagues fall how they fall. We did not get reverse trophied. Count it. Land tax Boros Moonstompy exists in the world now. You're welcome for that. Joyami, thanks for the challenge. Sorry it didn't go better, but we learned some cool stuff. Everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next time.